chance.
How kind.
Right. It's nearly 12:30. Mr. Kimura should be here at any moment. Is everything ready?
Yes, I've done 2 new clean copies of the contract. I think the office is all right. Come on, girls. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Oi, Polly Pledge. Do you know this contract runs to 60 pages?
Yes, well, when you're signing a distribution deal with one of the biggest Japanese consortia, they do insist on everything being written down. They're very distrustful of British goods. Look at the trouble they've had with our cars.
Oh, well, they have improved. The last batch we sent over there did 12,000 miles without any trouble at all. Mind you, the first 11 were on the boat.
Graham, it's difficult enough without your comments. Now, have you prepared some details for me about Mr. Kimura?
Yes.
I only met him very briefly in Tokyo, and he will be impressed if I remember about his background.
There we are, from my special file. Mr. Kimura, president of Kimura Corporations, age 45. Married with 4 children, aged 2, 4, 6, and 8. Obviously a man of regular habits. Oh, interests, work, and flower arranging.
Oh, yes, I remember. He talked to me a lot about ikebana.
Icky what?
Ikebana, that's the Japanese word for flower arranging. Oh, my goodness, I'd better do something about those, or else he'll think we're a bunch of peasants. Here, hold these a moment while I rearrange them.
Yep.
There. Now then. There we are. That's better.
Is it?
Yes, to a Japanese person, that means peace and serenity. A bunch like that means mess and disorder.
It does to me, too. It's dripping all down my trousers.
Graham, please, hold your arm up. I don't want it dripping all over the carpet.
I feel like the Statue of Liberty. It's running all down my arm. Brenda, take these away, will you? Mrs. Warner doesn't want them.
Ah, but I spent hours arranging them from that boss.
Obviously, you didn't do ikibuku at your comprehension.
A Japanese person only ever puts 1 or 2 flowers in a vase, Brenda.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because they're so busy working, they haven't got time to go out and pick any more.
Graham, you can throw those away, Brenda.
Oh, no, they're too nice. I know. Can I stick them in a bucket of water and take them home for me mum?
Oh, she won't mind how they're arranged.
No, she isn't Japanese.
Oh, Graham, would you check the drinks trolley, please? I'll just tidy up the mess in here.
Are you going in there to serve the drinks?
Yeah.
It isn't right the way they expect our secretaries to do that. It wouldn't happen in Japan. They'd employ a geisha girl to do that.
Oh, I've seen them on the television. They wrap hot towels round the men's faces, then they hand round the drinks and the food, and then they sing songs, and then they entertain them.
Then they let them have a bit of nookie.
Geisha girls don't do that. In Japan, everything has to be done separately. The secretary works in the office, the geisha girl serves the drinks, and the pleasure girls supply the other.
At 8-star, we've got you 3 to do the lot.
Don't start that. You're a man. You don't realise what it's like being a girl secretary in this place.
Yeah, she's right, you know. Sometimes I wonder whether they hired me for my brain or my body.
I've seen your spelling, I wouldn't press it.
It's no laughing matter. Working for Mrs. Warner, you're not subject to all the sexual harassment.
Oh, aren't I? She did take a liberty with me the other day.
No.
Really?
Well, we were working late, you see. I was in here and she came in and gave me a very funny look.
Yes. Well, go on. What happened?
Well, I was sitting at my typewriter and she crept up behind me and put her hands under my arms and she pinched my digestive biscuit.
Probably the only thing you've got which she fancies.
No. I shouldn't bank on that. She goes absolutely berserk when I get out my chocolate mint. Now, have we got everything? Yes, olives, nuts, and I've got the sake. Good.
Hey, what is sake?
Japanese wine made from rice.
You can't make wine from rice.
Oh, they're very clever, these Japanese. Instead of shredding the grapes, they shred the rice.
Really? Oh, it must be very ticklish.
Well, they keep the socks on.
Oh.
Graham Jones. Oh, really? Thank you very much. Daisy?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't do that. Go down to the lift, meet Mr. Kimura, and bring him up to Mrs. Warner's office.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mrs. Warner, Mr. Kimura's on his way up.
Thank you, Graham.
Oh, he'll like that. Brenda, give me one of those new brochures. There's none on the table.
Oh, Graham, there is one more thing. The Japanese are very conscious of rank and position. So when I introduce Mr. Kimura to you, he may give you a little bow. If he does, you've got to bow back lower to him to show that he's in a superior position.
Yeah, I'll get right down and lick his shoes.
Graham, I'm not joking. You do understand. You have to give him a pronounced bow, like this.
You think he'd fancy a curtsy? Do the girls have to bow if they meet him?
And as women, they should bow even lower.
Oh, like this?
Well, if you're going to do that, I should do that button-up on your blouse.
Yes, Graham, you're quite right.
No, you might be more interested in that than your Ricky Boo Boo.
Thank you. You've made your point.
Mr. Kimura, Mrs. Warner.
I'm honored to meet you again, Mrs. Warner.
It is my honor, too, Mr. Kimura. This is my personal assistant and senior secretary, Graham Jones.
Oh, a most important gentleman.
Delighted to meet you.
Likewise.
Please, Mr. Kimura, won't you sit down? Graham, would you bring in the hospitality trolley, please?
Certainly, Mrs. Warner.
Saki,
Yes, I thought you might like to share a cup with me.
it's a great honor that you have it specially for me.
You're welcome.
We do pride ourselves that we think of everything here, Mr. Kimura.
I've forgotten the corkscrew.
Unfortunately, in the past, we have had a lot of trouble with British goods. They did not always function the way we hoped they to be.
That is in the past, Mr. Kimura. I can assure you that at 8 Star we have regular quality control to ensure complete customer satisfaction. Graham, Mr. Kimura needs a light.
Oh, sorry.
That is an arrogant lighter.
Yes, that is one of our products.
One of our products.
I can't think what's wrong with it. It must be flooded. Excuse me, I'll make a note of it for the quality control. I've just put a refill in here.
Please use this. Made in Japan.
This is a Japanese pen.
No. Please show me. Ah, so. Japanese pen, but British refill.
Graham must have put in an old refill.
We all make mistakes.
Graham, would you open the bottle of sake, please, and stand it for a while in a bowl of warm water? That is right, isn't it, Mr. Kimura?
I think this cork's rotten.
Japanese cork is never rotten.
No, of course not. It must be the corkscrew. Graham, you could at least have got a decent corkscrew.
This is decent. Sheffield steel. Look at that. Made in Sheffield.
Japanese logic says, in case like this, there are only 3 possibilities. The cork is bad, the corkscrew is defective, or the operator is unskilled.
The corkscrew's defective. I'll get another bottle. Excuse me. I feel like one of those nodding ducks.
Regarding the contracts, there are references to the quality control of the goods. We need some clarification. Just a slight alteration. I'll show you in my copy of the documents.
Well, there is a hole all the way through the middle.
What am I supposed to do? Stick a straw in it and get him to suck it up? No. I'll use this other one. That'll be all right. Put the kettle on, Brenda.
Coffee?
No, for the sake.
I think that is all the alteration we would require before signing the contract.
But there is something on nearly every page, Mr. Kimura. There must be at least 100 amendments here.
No. In fact, 127. I am sorry. Please understand. Our lawyers are very precise.
Please do not worry. I will just have a word with my secretary about retyping the contract.
Use the other bottle. The cork came out as easy as anything.
Well, I feel like telling you to put it straight back in again.
Why, is he not going to sign?
He wants a few minor alterations made.
It is a big contract. It's understandable. I'll soon have these typed.
Yes, I don't think you quite realise how much there is to do.
There's one on every page, all 60 of them. All because I couldn't get a lousy cork out of a bottle.
No, he had an amended copy of the contract in his briefcase. Well, you better get started straight away.
What do you suggest I do? Work through the lunch hour or stay late tonight?
Both. Thank you, Brenda. Thank goodness Kimura agreed to come and have dinner with me tonight. He said that he would sign the contract as soon as it was ready. Thank you. Oh, that reminds me. Would you ring Maria and tell her to make sure that she's asked that Italian boyfriend of hers, Roberto, to come and serve the dinner? Oh, and tell her to make sure that Lucy is in bed by the time I get home.
Cara, I make the supper. You take Felix into the garden. Benissimo. Sempre il telefono. Grazie. Lucy, don't touch the food, eh? Pronto, pronto? Who is it? Who is it?
Hello, Maria. This is Graham Jones from the office.
The office? What office?
Mrs. Warner's office.
Ah, see, Mrs. Warner's office. And you are Graham Jones.
That's what I said. Mrs. Warner was wondering, have you made arrangements for Roberto to come around this evening?
See, Roberto will come at 8 o'clock to service Mrs. Warner.
I don't think that's quite what she had in mind, but still, so long as he's there to serve the meal.
She will be there.
Oh, good. And would you make sure that Lucy goes to bed early?
Ah, Lucy's a good girl. She promised to go to bed early. And I have a very good dinner tonight. You tell Mrs. Warner tonight we have zuppa, scallopini milanese, and profiterole. Yes, I'm a very good cook.
Sounds very nice.
Am I not a good cook, Lucy? She's a lovely girl.
Well, thank you, Maria. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, see you.
Come by.
Excuse me, Mrs. Warner. Oh. Just to confirm that everything's all right for tonight.
Thank you, Graham.
I must go now.
Oh, Graham, would you see our honored guest to the door, please? I will see you at 8 o'clock tonight, Mr. Kimura.
I will be honored. Oh, I apologize for causing you to have to retype the contract.
Please, Graham is delighted to be of help.
Delighted.
Goodbye, Mrs. Warner.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura.
Goodbye, Mr. Jones.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura.
That was most excellent soup.
Thank you, Mr. Kimura. I have an Italian maid, Maria, and she is a very good cook. Ah, Roberto, would you clear away the soup, please?
Si, signora.
Would you care for some white wine, Mr. Kimura?
Thank you. That would be very nice.
Roberto, would you serve the Sancerre, please?
Si, signora.
Ah, that'll be my secretary. He said that he would bring around a final draft of the contract as soon as it was ready. Thank you, Roberto. You'll excuse me. Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were never coming. We're in the middle of dinner.
Love the dress. Well, if you can't lick 'em, join 'em.
Is that the contract?
Yes, 2 copies. Now, I've really had to rush to get that.
Right. I'll get Kimura to sign them as soon as we finish dinner.
Oh, dinner. I've had no lunch, no tea. I think I'll go home.
No, you must stay and have something to eat and take your time.
Oh, thank you very much. Very kind.
Yes, I shall need you to witness the signature later.
Hello, Lucy.
You go back up to bed.
But I'm hungry.
You're not the only one.
Don't encourage her. Now listen, darling, Mummy's entertaining a very special guest. You've had your supper, so go straight back up to bed. There's a good girl.
I don't want to.
Lucy, you promised.
All right.
Right, I must get back to dinner.
Oh, dinner's in here, is it?
Yes, you can get into the kitchen that way.
Evening, Maria.
Ah, Signor Graham.
What is there to eat?
Please, I am busy. You don't bother me now. Wait till later, eh?
Oh, I see.
I am still hungry.
Lucy, what are you doing here? You promised your mama you wouldn't come down. You've broken your promise.
No, I haven't. I didn't go up. Are you behind the curtain?
It's time you were in bed.
Can't I have a biscuit, please?
I gave her fishy fingers and rice pudding for her pudding. Now she wants biscotti.
No, no. You can't have a biscuit without your mummy's permission.
Oh, well, I'll go in the dining room now.
No, you can't. You can't go in the dining room. Your mummy's very busy. All right, you can have just one. Where are they?
The packets are up there. I'll get them.
Oh, all right. Here we are. Remember, just one.
Maria, some profit scallopini. Excuse me.
Signor Benny, Signor Card.
Night, Mr. Graham.
Night, Lucy.
Signor Graham. This is my Roberta.
Hello, Graham Jones, Mrs. Warner's secretary.
How you do?
Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. So, you're Maria's fiancé.
Fiancé? No. I am not Maria's fiancé.
You're making a joke, isn't it?
I am not joking. No. I don't promise you anything.
Ma l'altra sera.
Non ho mai promesso niente.
No, non è possibile.
Is Mrs. Warner's entertaining?
I tell her I am not her fiancé.
Yeah, I gathered that by the look on her face. So you're just good friends.
What do you mean, just good friends?
I mean, you and him and you are sort of, My word, that smells good.
Eh? Oh, scallopini milanese. You taste, eh?
Oh, it's very nice. Very nice indeed.
Grazie.
Could do with a pinch more salt.
Si. Maria, she never put in enough salt.
Siciliano, they always eat too much salt. Peasant.
She's from Milano. They have no taste. You are right. There's not enough salt. No taste.
Oh, okay. You want more salt? Okay, I'm putting more salt.
I think you've overdone that a little.
No, it can never have too much. Now, you taste.
No,
eh?
thank you. No.
You want more salt, you taste.
Now he's only a fit for a pig. Milanese cooking is only fit for animale.
Animale. I will not stand your insults anymore. I give to animale. Felix!
You see, even the dog does not want to eat it. Stupid. You're up in a scatole.
That's very nice indeed. Now, what are you going to give to Mrs. Warner? And I guess there's nothing left in the pan.
There's nothing left in the pan, then there's nothing left for me to do. So I go. Arrivederci. And I am not her fiancé.
You're very well organized in this house, Mrs. Warner.
Thank you. A woman in my position has to have people she can rely on.
He has gone.
Oh, thank goodness
It is
you're back.
all your fault.
No, thank you. Now, just calm down.
Roberto does not love me anymore. I will kill myself.
Well, do you mind cooking the dinner first, please? Because when you meet again, you'll make it all up.
You're right. I must go and find him before it's too late.
I'm so sorry about the delay, Mr. Kimura. My cook is a great perfectionist. I'd better go and see what's happened. Perhaps they can't hear the bell.
How can I think about food when my Roberto has gone forever? No, he will be at the bus stop.
Fine, but if he's waiting for a bus, you've got all the time in the world.
But I must find
What are you doing? What is going on?
I must go before it's too late. It's all your fault.
I've been ringing the bell for 5 minutes. Where is Roberto?
He's gone, too.
You mean they've both gone?
Yes, all I did was mention that the food could do with a bit more salt.
Where are the escalops? What's happened to the dinner?
She's dished it out.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
I can't help thinking you ought to find a better dish. She rather lost her temper.
Graham, I don't believe it. 5 minutes ago, everything was perfectly normal. Then you arrived, now I have no maid, no waiter, and now no food. What else have you done?
I can safely say that's the lot.
Lucy? What? Who gave you that packet of biscuits?
Mr. Graham.
Graham, are you totally mad giving the child a whole packet of chocolate biscuits?
Didn't give her a packet. I said she could have one biscuit.
Oh, I thought you meant one packet.
She knew very well what I meant.
You sit down on there, wipe your hands. Now, Graham, you know how to make an omelette?
Yeah.
Right. There are some eggs in the fridge, and make an omelette fines herbes.
A what?
An omelette with green herbs in it.
A posh one.
Yes. I've got to get back to Mr. Kimura. I can't leave him alone all this time. I'll be back in a minute to bring you your medicine. And wipe your hands, please.
Did I say something wrong, Mr. Graham?
Lucy, I think we're over the worst now.
I can't find him. My life of love is ruined. It's all your fault.
You stupid woman! No, you've done. What am I going to do?
Look, you use this. Fine, my Roberto, subito, subito.
Is everything all right, Mr. Graham?
Here's your medicine, Donny. Drink that down quickly. Graham, have you finished beating up the eggs?
Sort of.
Graham, I don't believe it. How can you be so clumsy?
It wasn't my fault, it was Maria.
Maria walked out of here 5 minutes ago. I suppose you're going to tell me that she rushed back in, knocked the eggs out of your hand, and rushed back out again.
Oh, forget it.
We can't give those to Mr. Kimura.
No, even the Japanese don't like their omelettes with dog ears, bits of fluff, and assorted crumbs. It's a pity, really. There's a double yolk here. Look at that.
I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, look, there must be some leftovers in the fridge. Do the best you can with those, and I'll tell Mr. Kimura that the cook is preparing a special surprise.
Oh, it'll be that, all right. You can tell him the cook doesn't know what it is.
That was delicious. It was very good of your cook to make me such an unusual fish dish. I've never tasted anything like it.
She certainly has some unusual recipes. Would you care for some sweet or cheese?
May I just have coffee? And then we could proceed with signing the contract.
Certainly. If you will make yourself comfortable in the sitting room, I will bring the coffee into you myself. Well done, Graham. He really liked it, whatever it was.
Lucy's fish fingers.
What? But it didn't look like fish fingers.
No, I peeled them. Look. You said he actually liked it.
And what did you put in the rice? I've never tasted something so unusual.
Well, I found some cold rice pudding in the fridge, so I mixed it together with some tomato ketchup.
What?
Well, these Orientals like sweet and sour. I gave them a bit of both.
Thank you for your confidence in 8-star, Mr. Kimura. I'm sure it will be a most fruitful association. I look forward to seeing you again in Tokyo.
Goodbye, Mr. Jones.
Safe journey, Mr. Kimura. Oh, one for luck.
Thank you, William. Would you see Mr. Kimura back to the hotel, please?
And please congratulate your cook for that most excellent meal. It was unusually exquisite flavor.
Sayonara. I never thought I'd get that contract signed.
Now, I've been 16 hours on the go without stopping, so if you'll excuse me, I must go home.
No, Graham. Stay and have a drink.
Oh. Thank you. Ah, not too much.
I'm afraid you're going to need it. Because of you, Maria's gone. So you're going to have to help me with the washing up.
Oh.
Sayonara. Oh!